Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where we have been declared upon, and we are making our way up there with this fleet, but we also have a second fleet that we are working on. I'm going to move the Corvette in this up to the top priority for the time being, because I want to get that fleet underway as soon as possible. Like, we're working up our number of alloys, and we definitely need to work on that. So that'll all be fine. As far as this up here goes, we're probably not going to want to sit in Shatib. We're going to make our way up over this direction instead, and we're going to move up and attack their incursion up over here. So that all looks good. I'm not too concerned about this. Realistically, this war is not the biggest of concerns. Asteroid FL0004 is pockmarked with craters from weapon blasts and appears to have been used as a target range by someone roughly 2 millennia ago. Residual energy readings suggest they tested increasingly exotic weaponry, including subspace bombs and some kind of singularity generator. Our scientists would be interested in studying the unusual energy echoes that we made.
Spaceborne life.
Okay, so we're on our way up over here. We know that they have, I think they had 3 fleets. I'm not sure where the third went. Maybe it's back up in here. Hard to say. But they had 3 fleets, and we can't fight all 3 of them at once, but we can fight 2 of them at once. So that'll be fine. On Kagaton 1, chaos reigns. Disorganized bands roam the countryside, desperate for food. In the capital, Perrin clings to power, but with a diminished authority that barely extends beyond the palace gates. Unless something radical changes, the pro-unification forces appear headed for defeat. Okay, that's fine. So, this Corvette is now done. So we want to add in our destroyer, and this should be 26 Corvettes. Okay. And then filling out the rest with destroyers for right now. So that'll be good for now. We're going to queue this all up. So that looks good. We're still working on the destroyers for the other fleet, but I wanted to get this started, and we're going to start moving out over here as well. Obviously, we don't want to fight with this fleet just yet. This other fleet, though, that would be good to fight with. So they headed back into Chalks with one of their forces. Okay. So they're down in Rodan right now. For the moment, we're going to hop in here, and we'll take a look at what we want to do there. Now, we could definitely get a trait pick here. Anomaly research speed. Monthly alloys +2 is actually really good here. Do we have an admiral here? Yes, we do. Obercat. Okay. So that's fine. Detailed surface scans of Ogma 5 have identified a large impact crater containing the wreckage of several ancient starships of unknown design. The ships appear to be completely devoid of life support systems, leading us to suspect that they were either unusually large drones or controlled by some form of artificial intelligence. Interestingly, the hull of the ship was constructed out of living metal, an exceedingly rare and inorganic material with many unique properties. This metal can be programmed to assume a certain shape or form, and it will slowly regrow itself if damaged. Over a period of several millennia, the surviving metal from wrecked ships was fused into a large and extremely dense deposit that could potentially be mined for centuries to come. A living metal deposit would be
under attack.
Okay, so we see a fleet up over here. So that's total of like 4.7k. Sure. I'm wondering if we can catch their fleet separated here. They're going into Voidop?
Our
Or
space
Voldop,
hive is
I guess.
lost.
In which case we should head directly out here. If we can catch them separate, that's absolutely huge. After probing beneath the surface, we've concluded the unusual heat signatures on Ogma 7 are caused by hydrothermal springs. There seems to be more to this planet than meets the eye. Well, we'll definitely look into that. Cool. So, we have a single Corvette out here right now. We need to continue to reinforce this fleet, and also, we've got neither sight nor sound of the Alpha aliens for some time now. Our research drones find they have little information to go on, and worry that the trail may have gone cold. Okay, -2 insights on that. How are we doing on our bombardment on Zandabon Prime? That's at 31% now, and the actual army here is at 82. Okay, looks good.
We have surveyed the
So
system.
we're attacking one of their fleets here. And this is actually a very, very big deal that we catch them separated like this. Continued exploration by the crew of ISF Zofmul has revealed the hot water coming from deep within the planet's crust is teeming with microscopic life. What we once thought of as an empty frozen planet actually contains a thriving underwater biosphere. Cool. So that's great. We are on our way up here with multiple fleets, or rather, we're reinforcing this. They're currently attacking here, and it looks like this is complete. Fantastic. What are their traces of small UV laser? Okay. And it looks like nobody ended up losing any ships. Mildly awkward. But we're going to head down and attack this force next. We're very, very close to it. And we'd like to completely push them out of our space here while these forces are still on their way up. Okay, we need to extend our research aid. We're going to sell some food. We're going to sell 0. For the moment, I'm not going to sell off any volatile motes, exotic gases, or rare crystals because we need those for edicts. But we will definitely purchase this service.
Technology conceived.
It has quickly become apparent that the so-called alpha aliens are in fact part of a major spacefaring civilization. Cool. So we're going to abduct some of them. That sounds great. And that's wormhole travel done. Now I think we should absolutely go for any sort of military tech that we can, and we're going to grab improved deflectors. Phenomenal. So in we go, and I do want to have this fleet moving into Markov. It will take some time for our forces to catch up to it. They did finish this off, but by the time we get there, it should not have regenerated yet. Perfect. So we're going to fight them here, no problem, and we're... Okay, they just retreat. They just straight up retreat. So we're going to come grab this. Perfect. So I want to move this science ship over this direction. It'll take it 275 days to get here, and that's fine for the moment. I want to head into Rodon. And we do need to get our society research here. Again, we're looking for military constructions. So fleet command limit and possibly Ripper autocannons would be good. Cruisers are now available to us. We are not going to start getting cruisers just yet. So I want this fleet to continue to be reinforced. It's not really strong enough to attack out here. In a stunning display of strategy, Perrin has crushed the planet's resistance. Sleeper agents in the rebel ranks precipitated a coordinated and planet-wide attack. Before the rebel commanders knew what was happening, their positions were overwhelmed. Kagatin 1 is now a unified world. Okay. So that's absolutely fine for the moment. Both of their fleets retreated back. I'm not sure where that third fleet went. But they could come in with more force than we can muster at this moment, which is why we need to continue to reinforce this fleet. Now, that's 727 right now. We're going to continue to have this fleet in the area.
Found an anomaly.
Despite the toxic content and high pressure of this planet's atmosphere, strong life signs have been detected coming from its surface, and we'll look into that for sure. Our abduction attempt failed. That is very unfortunate. So we do lose our envoy, and we'll put in a new one there. Okay. So our science ship is going to make its way back. We need to go in and attack Betelgeuse, which is, of course, the war goal right now. Yeah, that is indeed the war goal. And that's the only thing that we can lose here. But if we can, I mean, we're not going to win anything out of this because we're on a humiliate CB. But if we win this war, that would be great. Although toxic to most forms of known life, Ublion 4 supports a thriving ecology within the high pressure of its atmosphere. Life here uses ammonia instead of water as a solvent and has developed in ways that differ significantly from previously established ecological models. Its study would greatly benefit our knowledge of xenobiology. Cool. So this swarm is definitely growing in strength. No doubt about that. And in fact, so is this one. We do require... We have lost at least 1 or 2 ships here. That's noted.
We have surveyed the system.
So we're still on our way over here. I want to be positioned here specifically. Okay, so there's our Finding the Voice agenda. We could definitely do military buildup here. Military buildup is a good call at this juncture. So I like it. We will continue to reinforce, but this fleet for right now. A closer scan of the debris field around Cipher 1A has led to the discovery of an airtight capsule containing an atomic clock that measures time with unparalleled precision. It has a frequency uncertainty so low that it will be another 879 million years before it gains a single second. And it's counting down to a date 42 years and 3 days away. The capsule holds no clues as to what this date signifies or who the owners are, but it seems as though someone out there has lost track at the time. Well, we'll keep an eye on it. Cool. The Veron commonality translated our language. Okay, they're evangelizing zealots. As one, we will destroy them. They were the alpha aliens. We failed to get in touch with them, which is sad.
Technology conceived.
Okay, these guys rivaled us. We will rival them back for the influence. Sounds good. And for the moment, of course, we're focusing very heavily on getting additional ships created. So that rivalry we've dealt with, and we got improved deflectors. Looks good. For the time being, let's grab blue lasers, I think. That'll be okay. And our science ship is, of course, going to start researching these projects now that it has a route through. We're going to go and attack Chalks. We're not going to attack Despot just yet. This is a fairly powerful station, but we can cut it off by taking over Chalks here. Technology continues to progress on Kagatin 1 as industrialization takes their society to new heights. Their most recent breakthrough in engineering has revolutionized their use of transportation and brought them a step closer to planetary unification. Defying our prediction models, Kagatin 1 is now a unified world. Pooling their resources, the people prioritize the well-being of the global community, and living standards are rising. Remarkable. This is indeed highly uncommon.
Technology conceived.
Cool. So fleet command limit comes up here. That is absolutely wonderful. From here, I think that we go for damage to rivals. That seems okay. And we're going to go in and launch an attack out over here. I'm going to move the attack swarm into Beetlejuice. We are still working on getting it fully reinforced. The shattered remnants of a cruiser-sized starship can be detected in a decaying orbit deep inside the atmosphere of Cipher 3. It appears to have ventured far into the gas giant's atmosphere, perhaps in a desperate attempt to escape a pursuer, only to be crushed by the atmospheric pressure. The vessel is too deep to be salvaged, but a structural scan of the wreckage has provided us with some interesting engineering data. A remarkable vessel, indeed. So we're going to occupy Chalks for the moment. They would not currently accept the status quo. We do see their unified fleet in Wymos. Okay. We are going to park here for the moment. They could theoretically attack us and win, unless we bring this attack swarm in as well, which we're going to do. Are they on their way? They're leaving, actually. Okay. We're not going to waste our time attacking Despot at this moment. It is too close for comfort. Instead, perfect. We get some engineering research out of that. Instead, we would prefer to attack up over here with both of our forces. That said, we're going to continue to reinforce our fleets first. I want to check in on the price of alloys. It's a little bit on the high end. I'm going to sell off a few minerals here, and we're going to buy in a few alloys, but not too many. And we're going to reinforce this. Perfect. Massive storms are visible in the upper atmosphere of this gas giant. It might be worth the effort to study them in more detail, and we'll definitely do that. They are looking like they want to attack us. This is a bad call for them, for the record. This is a bad call for them. They do have 10 destroyers, 30 corvettes, and we, of course, have more than that. We are stronger than them objectively here. The small astrometric lab on our observation post orbiting Tiplik 3 has detected a Class 4 asteroid on an incoming trajectory. Unless action is taken, it will impact the planet's western hemisphere, actually, with enough force to cause an extinction-level event. Our mission of passive observation would typically prohibit us from doing this, yes. We should be firing with this pretty quickly here, right? I'm pretty sure? Asian 5 frequently experiences massive and extremely violent storm systems in its atmosphere. Several dozen persistent storms are visible from orbit, with winds often reaching speeds in excess of 700 meters per second. The cause of these storms is not immediately apparent, as we have found nothing in the planet's climate model that would explain them. Our scientists are interested in studying this anomaly. Okay, so here's the thing. If our station here takes care of it, great. If it doesn't, we can't take any action here. Tiplik 3 might just have to go away. Everything that we have militarily is tied down. They are attacking us in Chalks at this moment, and we absolutely should enable edicts here. So we're going to do that. We're going to turn on shield boost. We're going to turn on, well, everything here. So we boost up our power pretty dramatically. And this station is here. We want them to come in and attack us here, which is exactly what's happening. Now, we don't have an admiral here. We should probably consider getting one. Arrested development is not great. Tenacity and adaptionist is kind of okay. Ship weapons range is probably something that we'd want to get here. I want to continue to reinforce this fleet. This one's already done for the moment. And we should, in theory, end up winning this relatively handily. We're going to grab UV lasers here. And we're working on this debris. That's all looking good. And we shouldn't have any problem dealing with this. Yeah, they retreated there very, very quickly. They ended up losing 3 corvettes. We lost nothing. So we're going to turn off our edicts. Those are no longer needed at this time. Beautiful. And of course, that does mean that we can come up over here and research that. That also means we can attack this spot, which I think is worthwhile. This will give us a location to actually... This will give us a location to actually repair up in this area, which is useful. Very useful indeed. We do need more alloys to get this all reinforced. No doubt about that. They would not be willing to do a status quo piece at this time. And this station is going to be difficult for us to take over. These guys are leading the way. Okay, I guess that's fine. This may have been a mistake. I'm not... maybe. Maybe. We'll see. We're working our way through the station pretty quickly here. We're not focusing on the army, which is good. That's very, very good. Yeah, the station is actually going to go away here. I think this is acceptable. We'll see what our actual losses end up being here. But this gives us a location to repair. So what was our losses there? 9 total corvettes. That is painful, but it's not the end of the world. And like I said, that gives us a location to repair it, which is very useful. We see that their fleet is back in Wemos, but it actually headed back up to their capital, so that's wonderful. Ripper autocannons are now done, and we could grab plasma thrusters here. I think that's okay. My question now is, what is on this station? The answer is gun batteries and anchorages. Okay. I was hoping that we would be able to do ship upgrades here, but alas, that is not going to happen. What is, of course, going to happen is we can repair here. And so we shall. Those repairs are going to help us tremendously. So that's great. We can actually research here and then up here, and they're still building transport fleets here. That's actually good for us too. So that's okay. Anything in here militarily? I mean, military academies I don't think are particularly good. There's not a lot, actually, so I think we'll just grab some habitability for the time being.
Our avoid hive is under attack.
Yeah, no, it's not actually. TD1XR1 periodically spews an alarmingly eclectic mix of particles and radiation into the void, and we'll definitely look into that. So what is the status down over here? This asteroid is not being attacked by our station at this time. If it hits Tiblik, it hits Tiblik. There's nothing we can do about that. So we have finished up... Where are these guys going? Where are they going? Get back here. We already repaired you guys, right? Are you fully repaired? No, you're not. Get back here. I don't know why they decided not to be here, but sure. Investigation of the caverns below the surface of Cipher 5 reveal them to be filled with a silvery liquid metal that flows from cavern to cavern in gleaming rivers, pooling into underground lakes. More surprising still is the discovery that this metal substance shares many key properties with organic life forms, including responding to environmental stimulus and exhibiting self-sustaining processes. It remains to be seen whether this exceptional metal should be classified as truly alive, but it may have several practical applications for our engineering technology. So more living metal is always great. UV lasers are now done. And we're going to start working on X-ray lasers. Perfect. So yeah, these guys are not actually finished repairing. I'm not sure. I must have accidentally ordered them to leave. I definitely did not intend to. So if that's the case, yikes. It was definitely not intended. No shipyard available to build fleet from? What about this one? You can get there. Okay, they were just in transit. Sure. So that's now at full strength, and we're going to continue to reinforce over here, bringing us up to 5 corvettes queued. That looks great. Now, these guys have grouped up and are working on attacking chocks. We are going to stay here for the moment.
Assimilated knowledge.
That, of course, means we can't go into chocks. We're going to back off over here for the moment. So I want to get these repairs done. They cannot attack this location. This strong point is not going to be a thing. 4 gas giants enshrouded by a vast plasma field share a close orbit around the Tiana Vex system's primary. The charged plasma field extends well into the atmospheres of these gas giants, and this unique environment serves as a breeding ground for a large number of spacefaring organisms. These organisms are all minuscule, with one notable exception, the massive Tiyanki. The system must be where they originally evolved hundreds of millions of years ago, before they ranged deeper into the galaxy. Given the extremely rare properties of the system's plasma field, this is likely the only place in the galaxy where the Tiyanki can reproduce. Okay, cool. So, they're going to attack chocks here.
Our void hive
And they'll
is
take that
under
back.
attack.
That's fine. They can do that. The
Our
question
space
is,
hive is lost.
what is their plan after this? Patrol drones performing a routine surface sweep of Ptolemy's Mar 2b have alerted the mind to an irregularity within our controlled space. Signs of possible activity consistent with a precursor civilization have been cited. Indeed, we should look into that, but that will be a later thing. We need to handle this situation, right? This war. So they have 20 reasons to not do a status quo right now. Relative Navy strength of +3. I suspect this is currently their entire or very close to their entire Navy. Okay. So they're looking to attack Betelgeuse. We're going to move down here ourselves and, of course, continue to reinforce this fleet. We're just pumping the ships out right now. So they are going to be jumping now. And so are we. We're going to hop in over here and head up towards the Chalk system. We definitely should win this once we are both in system. They just went up to 6.3k. Okay. They must have activated edicts themselves. Okay. We're going to do this. So we're at 2.4k, and there we go. Now that both of our ships are here, or rather both of our fleets are here, we are going to attack them, and we should win these. They are attempting to flee, but they get caught here. The researchers on our observation post over Tiblik 3 used the station's orbital thrusters to maneuver it on a direct collision course with the incoming asteroid. Their sacrifice deflected the asteroid safely away from the planet, but there were no survivors on the outpost. Evidently, they could not bear to watch the extinction of the civilization they've spent their careers studying. A blow to science. Well, we would have handled that if it wasn't for this war. But it's okay. We've got this under control. No problem whatsoever here. So we win this battle as well. They cannot fight this force, right? There's no doubt about that. We're going to turn off our resource usage here, and we're going to go back and get repairs. So we did take some losses there in that, for sure. We lost 2 destroyers and 6 corvettes. They lost 2 destroyers and 4 corvettes. So technically we lost more than they did, but they're only 3 away from a status quo piece. We also found a dark matter deposit. Wonderful. 2354. I'm not going to attack that right now. We need to get back and get repairs. Repairs won't take very long, of course. They are 5 reasons away from a status quo piece. We will continue to reinforce our fleets and get these repairs done.
Is under attack.
So they're attacking up over here. Got it.
Our space hive is lost.
We just need to get these repairs finished. 1 and 2. Perfect. Next up, we are going to go for probably pop growth speed here, given these options. Okay. These guys are now going to head off over this direction. Not the station, the fleets. There we go. Yeah, we can go through chalks. I think that's okay.
We have surveyed the system.
We'll continue to reinforce our fleets, and they're going down into Markov. Looks good. Another asteroid in Tiblik. Okay. In Tiblik 4 this time. Well, we'll see how that is. Also going to be out of range here. Okay. Well, there's nothing we can do about it. We have to handle the war first,
Our
right?
space hive is lost.
So that is absolutely top priority. They have 3 reasons not to accept a status quo piece, and we're going to grab
Crushing
this.
hostile hive.
There we go. And we're going to head down to Beetlejuice now. That is currently our priority, is holding Beetlejuice. Cool. They're very close to accepting a status quo piece. We're going to head in here shortly. Yeah, we'll study this design. I just want to get this war over with, this episode,
Hostile
ideally.
swarm engaged.
So here we are. We're going to kick them out of here.
Technology
Perfect.
conceived.
And now we're going to take back Beetlejuice. There we go. Beetlejuice is back under our control. And now they would accept a status quo piece. I don't think there's... Well, we would gain 100 influence for doing this. They're very close to acceptance of that. Let's head over like this for the time being. So we would just grab here and then here. Yeah, they're 14 reasons away. They're at 96% war exhaustion. I think this is okay. So we're going to grab ourselves Starbase influence cost reduction. Perfect. And we should probably go build over here. Yeah, that's going to use up some alloys, but we should start spending some of this,
Crushing
right?
hostile hive.
So that's all good. Markov is going to be taken back here. Perfect. And now there's 17 reasons away. Intriguing. Okay. I do want to grab an engineering research here. This is going to be probably crystal mines. Sure, that'll do.
Crushing hostile
So we'll take this back. No problem. And there we go. Next, we're going to move back to Despot.
We have surveyed the system.
Yeah, we'll research this. They are just chilling back here. Okay. They're not repaired. So they're at 99% right now, but this Humiliate is getting further away, which is awkward. Okay. They would now do 124 reasons to status quo piece. Are we okay with that? Probably, to be honest. Let's just get out of this. I don't think we need the 100 influence. We have a lot of influence right now, and influence is a lot less... claims are less expensive now, right? So I think we just status quo this. Okay, there we go. So we status quo it, and these guys, we were never going to get territory out of that, right? These guys are going to be the ones to head down to Tiblik. I don't think we get there in time, but we'll try. We probably won't. Almost certainly we won't. These guys are going to head down to Zandaban, and they're going to resume the bombardment here, which is already in progress. We're 33% bombardment and 80%. It's very slow, of course. But for now, that'll do.
Technology
So I would
conceived.
like to get this constructing. There we go. And there's X-ray lasers done. So we'll grab shields for the moment, or maybe Hyperdrive 3. Yeah, that'll do. And with that, it is time to put a cut in here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to deal with this energy credit crisis. That definitely needs to be handled. We've got a lot of stuff that fell by the wayside during that war, and we'll get caught up on that. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Shadow Wolf, Andy McGar, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12 UK, Kentogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.